Hello, everyone. This is Reggie again with another technical analysis. And the stock that we are reviewing today is CROX. Yes, who knew? Crocs is a strong stock. This is December the 3rd. And we've had a crazy week. EVs done been on an emotional roller coaster for all of us, and it kind of wakes you up and gets you to a point where I just want to stock that old school bull market that goes up. Uh, and they're few and far between, but I've actually found one in Crocs. This is the stock chart. This is the daily chart. Uh, let's go back to. Let's move it a little bit. All right, so this is the Armageddon here. This is the March drop we had, and Crocs has just been a beast, right? Let's see. Let's see before. This is the weird part. Like look how volatile it was before COVID, but here it's the solid up, bullish, 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 and then here looks how smooth that line is. It's even smoother. Um, and I guess more people are wearing Crocs because of staying home, and I know leisure and outdoor uh has boomed because of the shelter in place that was implemented a few months ago, and you couldn't go nowhere. And heck, I know I've got a boat, and shoot, I was on my boat, man. There's no better social distancing being about in the middle of a lake. So, boating and outdoor stuff was just booming. And Crocs, I mean, you got to throw on your Crocs, right? Um, Now, if you look, I use Bollinger Bands and I use RSI and MACD indicators, right? So this channel is for people who are just getting into the stock market who may not be familiar with technical analysis. So some of you technical guys may be a little aggravated by me not giving thorough explanations on what the MACD and RSI is. I just don't want to overly explain things and confuse people. Obviously, there's a bunch of videos available. If that's how I learned too. I'll watch a video and somebody will say something that I didn't understand. They'll use a term like options Greek or uh, volatility, or this stock trading words, and I would just Google it. I'll Google it, or I look on YouTube and there's somebody out there that'll explain it. Because if you explain every little aspect, man, this video will be 3 hours long. So anyway, Crocs is in my portfolio. I do have options on it. I'm a swing trader, so I trade for income. But if I were to buy stock, it would be this would be one of them. I just don't I swing trade, so I have a few stocks that I own, because that's your anchor for your portfolio and your support for your portfolio. And then I trade options, and this is a good one if you like to sell puts, naked puts. This is a good one too. So anyway, let's see why it's so good. Let me explain it. So this is the trend line for Crocs. This is the daily chart, and you see like all the way from April just up. And look at the MACD indicator. That's these two green lines with the red line in the middle. Those are moving averages, and as you can see, even if you don't understand what none of that means, your eyes will show you that this stock is obviously the candlesticks stay above the red line most of the time, right? And anytime it goes below, man, bet the house on it, right? Because it's going up. Like, imagine if you'd have caught it right here. As you can see my cursor. September 9th, it got down to 37 bucks, and then it's gapped up, right? And never turned back. Never turned back. And this is old school right here. Because nowadays the market is so volatile, man. And you can buy a stock, and then a month later, in one day, it'll erase a whole month's worth of gains, because of volatility or something bad happens. Down here, these red and green lines is volume. The red lines is sales volume. The green lines is buying. On that day, it tells you who won, right? The green line shows you, hey, buyers won. The red line shows you, hey, sellers won on these days, right? But it's volume. Volume is volume, right? Even here, let's look right here. This is and the E stands for earnings. So these days they have earnings and people took profit. And people sell you should take profit. But I mean, look, it bounced off that red line. So my play, if you're looking for a strong volatile stock, my personally, Crocs is the way to go. Let's look at see what the MACD says, and see the MACD's been a little crazy, and usually this red line underneath and the blue line on top means an uptrend. Things are going up, and then when it crosses, that means it's a trend reversal. And so right now, see, it's in November, like it's been a little choppy, and so now we're in an uptrend again. The blue line is going up. The red line looks like it's stabilizing. Down here, trend patterns again. Green is good. Red is bad. Red means they're selling. And so now this is a good entry point because you have these two lines of green. You have a start of the green trend. Only thing that concerns me is here it didn't last long, right? It didn't last long. But it's not tanking, you know? And then so you have both of these are green, right? So that's on the MACD, the RSI indicator. Again, this is over. This shows if it's overbought or underbought. Typically, you want it, under 30, but that's okay. But looking at the chart, we're not overbought. When it goes up here, it's an overbought territory. So that means it's too much buying. The stock is overvalued according to this indicator, right? It's an indicator. It gives you an idea, right? And so now we're in a good position. The blue line is on top, the red line is on bottom. It's shooting straight up. It's at 48, right? And if you think about selling, maybe around here, so you can look at these other indicators. That's actually a good sign, like a 70. If it hits 80, if it hits this line, it's usually bouncing. So you might see a bounce. But guess what? On this stock is so strong, even when it bounces, right? Let's go back. Let's see here on the reversal, right? Let's go down here. See the RSI is reversing from blue to red being on top. Even when it reversed, it went from $59.87 a share to at the bottom of that chart of that line to 57.97. So that's like $2, man. Yeah, that's not a big, I mean, even if you got 100 shares, it's $200, but it's coming back, right? You could trust it to come back. Look at that. So I'm not usually big on stock endorsements, and because sometimes you do this, and then next thing you know, it tanks because you put it out there. So knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But Crocs is pretty consistent, and how I'm playing this is doing. I would even feel comfortable doing a credit spread on this, but my money will be on debit spreads. That's my strategy. I like to do debit spreads. A debit spread basically, it's risk defined. Uh, so you can put if you do a debit spread on the option, you can, uh, when it goes up, you make money. You goes up, its risk is defined. So you know how much you lose, and you lose the amount you pay for the debit spread if it doesn't go your way, and your profits is capped. So if you do a spread of, so let's say I buy it for $64, right? A $64 call option, and I sell it at a $65 strike price call option. The most I can make is $100. Because it's $1 a share. So anyway, I probably shouldn't even went into that. That's why I started kind of stuttering a little bit. So I was like, I probably shouldn't be explaining this because this is another hour. So anyway, if you want to know about debit spreads, I'll probably have a video of that in the future, and there's plenty of videos about debit spreads. But that's my game on this particular uh, equity. If I had money, I wanted to just hold and just do old school stock trading, just buy and hold. I wouldn't be mad at Crocs, man. Crocs would be a good way to go. Um, it's not bad at all. So, any questions? Feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to answer questions as best I can. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So I just want to keep sharing information when I find these little diamonds in the rough. I do a lot. I spend most of my days searching ads. Excuse me, ads. I spend my days mostly searching for stocks like this, looking at charts and just seeing what's the best moves to make. just nitpicking and seeing, I just want the perfect setup to put my money in. Treat your money like you treat your kids, right? If when you buy a stock, look at it as a babysitter. And this chart is the resume, right? And if you got too many negatives, too many negative experiences with other clients or whatever, you're like, maybe not. And then obviously those will be cheaper too, right? So anyway, treat your money like you treat your kids. You want to invest it in safe hands. Find good stocks, and I will let Crocs watch my kids. Anyway, this is Reggie. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment, man. If you have any questions or you have a stock you want me to analyze, leave it in the comments. And happy trading, guys.